In mid-July 2025, the quiet fields of Upper Bavaria briefly became the stage for a global headline thanks to a vast crop circle formation, etched across nearly 5,000 square meters of wheat owned by local farmer Franz Zerhock. First spotted around July 19 to 20th, the design captured attention through photos and videos that spread rapidly across social media, prompting curious visitors to flock to the site. Now, there are claims that quantum AI just decoded the fresh crop circle. So, what's the deal? Let's find out. The fresh crop circle. In mid-July 2025, the Bavarian countryside once again became the backdrop for a phenomenon that has long fascinated both locals and visitors from around the world: the sudden appearance of a crop circle. This latest formation emerged in a wheat field between Frieding and Rothenfeld, close to the market town of Andex in Upper Bavaria. The wheat field where the circle appeared belongs to farmer Franz Zerhock, whose family has cultivated the land for decades. His property, lying not far from the Ammersee Lake, quickly became the focus of attention as news of the formation spread. The site, surrounded by gently rolling farmland, was transformed overnight into a gathering place for curious onlookers, amateur photographers, and those seeking to interpret the enigmatic geometry pressed into the grain. Measurements taken from drone imagery and on-the-ground observation confirmed that the formation was among the larger examples documented in Bavaria in recent years. The crop circle stretched to an estimated diameter of between 80 and 85 meters. This is an overall footprint of nearly 5,000 square meters within the wheat. The design was notable for its precision, appearing as a striking morning star pattern radiating outward, surrounded by a border resembling a meander or Greek key motif. This combination of central radiance and classical decorative geometry set the Frieding circle apart from simpler ring or spiral formations sometimes reported in the region. It was most easily visible from the air, which was indeed how it was first identified. Yet, its intricacy was immediately appreciated by those who ventured into the field to stand within the flattened stems. The formation was first sighted either by a hot air balloonist flying over the region or by an aerial drone operator on July 19 or July 20, 2025. Within hours, images were circulating on local social media channels and crop circle enthusiast networks. Between July 20 and July 22, multiple videos and drone flyovers were posted online, giving viewers across the world a detailed look at the design. Local newspapers picked up the story as the images went viral, bringing further streams of visitors to Frieding. The response from the farmer himself was pragmatic. Faced with a ripening wheat crop that represented months of work and a significant portion of his annual income, Franz Zerhock decided to harvest soon after the formation was discovered. Unlike some landowners in past cases who allowed circles to remain for weeks in order to attract visitors and tourism, Zerhock prioritized preserving his harvest. He told local media that while the design was certainly unusual, it was important to prevent excessive trampling and damage caused by the influx of curious crowds. Before the harvest machines rolled across the field, however, visitors did arrive in significant numbers. Reports described zahlreich Schaulustige, or numerous onlookers, gathering at the edge of the field to witness the design firsthand. The brief window between the circle's discovery and its harvesting became an impromptu period of visitation, with people parking along rural lanes and walking through the countryside to glimpse the pattern. Such gatherings are not unprecedented in this part of Bavaria. In 2014, for example, a large and elaborate crop circle near Reisting, approximately 20 kilometers from Frieding, attracted thousands of visitors and became a media sensation across Germany. While the Frieding Circle of 2025 did not remain long enough to generate the same prolonged level of tourism, it nonetheless recalled that earlier episode. Farmers and municipal authorities in Bavaria have long expressed mixed feelings about crop circles. On one hand, they bring positive attention to a region rooted in agricultural tradition, sometimes leading to boosts in local businesses as visitors purchase food, drink, and accommodations. On the other hand, the sudden arrival of large crowds onto private land can cause unplanned disturbances, safety concerns, and economic losses. Damage to standing crops can extend far beyond the circle itself, as visitors trample fields while attempting to view or photograph the designs. Also, by mid-July, Bavarian wheat is nearing full maturity, with the harvest season in Upper Bavaria typically beginning in late July or early August. Allowing thousands of additional visitors during this sensitive period could have had significant consequences for yield and crop quality. For a farmer managing several hectares, a loss of even one field can translate to a substantial economic setback. As with previous formations in Bavaria, the Frieding crop circle quickly entered online archives maintained by crop circle researchers and enthusiasts. Websites such as Crop Circle Connector catalogued the images, maps, and coordinates, ensuring the formation's details would remain accessible long after the field was harvested. Let's take a walk through History Lane for perspective. Local history of crop circles. The Ammersee-Weilheim-Raisting region of Upper Bavaria has developed a distinctive place in the modern history of crop circles. Over the past decade, this area, characterized by its fertile farmland and proximity to Munich, has witnessed several high-profile formations that have attracted attention far beyond Bavaria. While crop circles have been reported in Germany since at least the 1990s, it is in the fields near Raisting and around the Ammersee that the phenomenon has repeatedly drawn crowds, sparked media interest, and created a recurring conversation about their origins. The combination of wide, open fields, aerial visibility, and proximity to population centers makes this part of Oberbayern a natural stage for such events, and over time, the region has become closely associated with these mysterious designs. The most famous case in the area occurred in July 2014 when a large and intricate crop circle was discovered in a wheat field near the small town of Raisting, situated just a few kilometers south of the Ammersee. The formation was first reported on July 28, 2014, and within hours, it became a sensation across Germany. Measuring approximately 75 meters in diameter, the design consisted of concentric circles and a pattern resembling a floral mandala. The symmetry and scale of the Raisting circle captured immediate attention, with aerial photographs circulating rapidly in the national press and on social media. Reports in newspapers such as Süddeutsche Zeitung noted that several thousand visitors traveled to the site in the days after its discovery. Normally a quiet Bavarian town of around 2,000 residents, Raisting suddenly became the destination for spiritual seekers, photographers, tourists, and the merely curious. The location of the crop circle, just beside the grounds of the Raisting Earth Station, a field of large satellite communication dishes dating back to the 1960s, added to the mystique. Many visitors drew symbolic links between the high-tech antennas and the unexplained circle in the wheat, even though the connection was coincidental. Farmers in the area, while initially tolerant of the crowds, soon expressed concerns about the damage caused by visitors walking through crops. The farmer whose land hosted the 2014 circle eventually filed a police complaint. In the years that followed, other formations continued to appear across Oberbayern, albeit often smaller and less widely reported than the 2014 Raisting event. In July 2016, another crop circle was documented in a field near Raisting, though its design was simpler and did not generate the same scale of tourism. Reports from local media outlets noted that the 2016 circle still attracted hundreds of visitors within a week of its discovery. Farmers once again voiced their frustrations. The local agricultural associations even began to issue statements reminding the public that the fields were private property. By the early 2020s, crop circles in Oberbayern had become a semi-regular occurrence, with designs emerging sporadically in different fields around the Ammersee. While not all were as visually spectacular as the Raisting circle of 2014, they maintained a steady presence in regional reporting and online archives such as the Crop Circle Connector, which catalogues formations worldwide. The repeated emergence of these formations led to speculation that the region had become a deliberate target. The July 2025 Frieding crop circle, discovered near Andex just 20 kilometers north of Raisting, fits squarely into this local history. The geometry of the Frieding formation, an 85-meter morning star surrounded by a meander, recalled the scale and precision of the 2014 Raisting design. During the peak of the Raisting event in late July and early August 2014, nearby guesthouses and cafes reported sudden spikes in customers, with some establishments doubling their daily business compared to average summer weeks. The municipality of Weilheim-Schongau, in which Reisting is located, estimated that several thousand people had visited the site within just a few days. In 2025, much like a decade earlier, local coverage describes similar streams of cars parked along rural roads, with visitors walking through fields to reach